right? Yeah. Yeah. I put the S in.
Love and health form the foundation and pillars that support all that you do to create fulfillment and success in every aspect of your life. Love within us guides our paths while our health enables us to drive forward. The two are inseparable and vital for growth and reaching your fullest potential. Welcome to Love and Health in America with Dr. Doohi Lee, Mary McMahon, and Jens Johnson. Dr. Lee is an international speaker, author, inventor of the Diamond Matrix, and medical director of Advanced Surgical Arts. Mary McMahon is a certified financial planner committed to maximizing your financial success. And Jens Johnson, the Mindset Master, is a best-selling author, speaker, mastermind facilitator, and success mindset coach. They are committed to help you succeed by optimizing your health, finances, and relationships. Please join them and explore all the facets of love and health to achieve and live your abundant life. Here are your hosts, Dr. Doohi Lee, Mary McMahon, and Jens Johnson.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Love and Health in America. Now, as you see, I'm surrounded by wine. Don't you wish you were here? We need a corkscrew. That's something we didn't think about today. But we're here. We've got a guest that we're so excited to have with us, Faye Durant, all the way from Texarkana. Faye, thank you for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, yeah, because we're really excited. We're going to be talking about the power of our whys. And we've got our Dr. Doohi Lee and Mary McMahon, and we're going to jump right into our conversation, if y'all are good with that.
Good.
So we know that what we like to do is increase love and health in America, and there's many different ways that you can do that. And one of the ways that you can do that is really what you do with your time, and what you do with your gifts and your talents, how you bless the world. And we've got a gentleman here with us that has done a tremendous amount of good. And we really want to talk about the power of your why. But let's talk about first your business and just a little bit about you, Faye.
Okay, I was born in Laredo, Texas in 1936, raised in Houston, joined the Navy right out of high school, came back, went to work for a bag company. I've been in the paper bag business for 50-something years, started my own bag manufacturing facility in Memphis, Tennessee in 1982, went broke in 85, started back in 86, moved to Texarkana in 1989, and it's been a straight line up ever since. I sold the business to my family 7 years ago, I financed it myself. I really don't have to do anything till I'm 91 years old.
That's great.
They're doing fine. They have not missed a first or 15th, so I'm very happy about that. Yeah. When I got out of the bag business, I started playing golf 5-6 days a week. Was not accomplishing very much. Was not making any contribution, just 4 or 5 hours of fun, and that became a job. So I got into a sawmill, a roofing company, and a winery. I'm out of the roofing business. I'm still in a sawmill. And our wine business, I'm going to start real quick. We started in 14. Texarkana was was dry. We had an election in 14, changed the composition of the wine business for Texarkana, and 2015 was a terrible year. I moved, and we started out as Summerhill Winery, had 2 partners. I was supposed to be a silent partner in the background doing nothing except financing the deal. Had to buy one out because they couldn't get along. Then I had to get rid of the other guy because he didn't know what he was doing. I moved the business, changed it to Fay Fay Winery, and moved to another location, a building that I own, and started Fay Winery doing custom labeling, custom personalized private labels for any 21-year-old person that wants to have something special for a gift, any business that shows appreciation by gifting their customers or their referral agents, any reason. My concept is this: your imagination is my limitation, okay? We can create a label for any legal purpose. We do a lot of work with nonprofits. We raise considerable dollars by finding sponsors, or I'll donate a case, find a sponsor or two or three or four or five or 10 or how many. We'll have a raffle. And I mentioned a moment ago, and I'll mention it here, the latest one that we had was with the Shriners Hospital in Shreveport. We had 8 cases of wine and raised $19,500. Do we have any water?
Yeah, we've got water. Joe's got some water for us.
Next year is the Shriners Hospital's 100th anniversary. And I've already got 12 sponsors, 2 cases apiece. We're going to have 24 cases of wine. And with the plan that we're starting on right now, I think we can raise $50,000.
Fantastic.
That does not sound like a lot of money in a metroplex area like this with so many people, but smaller areas don't have the people to contact to try to sell tickets to.
Well, Faye, I want to back up while you get a drink of water.
All right, thank you.
So I'm going to explain a little bit about this company. And the company that you started and that you are promoting right now it's custom labeled wine. The wine is amazing. And, when you meet someone at the gym or you meet someone and you want to give your business card, and this is my business card, shout out, look at this big business card, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's great because people have got your information and it's
This
something.
is mine. It's bigger.
Yeah, it's something wonderful and it's something great. But a lot of people give wine as gifts.
Yes.
And you'll go, and maybe you go to a liquor store, or maybe you'll go to, to just a grocery store and you pick up wine. But they don't have a personalized label like this does. So, I told Faye, once I heard the why behind what you're doing, which we're going to get to, I said, listen, I give wine out all the time. Why would I not give out wine?
Put it on the right side. You can't see the label.
Okay.
There
We'll
you
do
go.
it this way.
Yeah,
Why would I not give wine that is got my marketing? So Big Bold You with the Mindset Master, and my motto or my mission in the world is to positively change the world by positively changing people. And then I have please accept my gift with much love, happiness, and success. Find me on my YouTube channel, Jens Johnson. Now, I bought a case of these, which is 12,
Yes.
and I'm gonna give them out to 12 people. I'm gonna buy another case, and I'm gonna give it out to 12 people. I'm gonna buy another case, and I'm gonna give it out to 12 people, because if I'm gonna give a bottle of wine, I'd much rather give a bottle of wine that is got all of my branding. But why did you decide, or what have you decided to do with this business?
Like I mentioned earlier, my living is made. I really don't have to do a heck of a lot, but I've got a black partner that's buying in and sweat equity. He's 62. I'm 84, so he's a kid. He wants to retire at 65 and take the wine side of it over. And so I'm going to give him 49%, 51% will go to my trust, and whatever we're able to generate will go to nonprofits. And that's kind of, I guess you would call it a legacy. And that's really what I want to do. I'll probably do the same thing with the sawmill. I've taught my kids to work and stand on their own 2 feet. They're going to get a little bit, but they think they're going to get it all, but they're not. I've got 2 sons. One's in the business. The other one lives in Monroe, Louisiana. And they're going to learn like I did, that you have to work and earn what you make, and they're doing great. They're good kids. Does that answer the why?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it does. Now, I want to know if Mary or Dr. Lee have any questions, just with what has driven you to do what you've done.
Well, number one, I think just being born in the United States is one of the greatest blessings in the world. I've traveled quite a bit in the service and outside. We really don't know what poverty is in this country, okay? I've been blessed. I've been so fortunate. My health is good. I feel like I can make a contribution. And, why just sit, become a couch potato if you can visualize and generate, make something happen. And I'm kind of a contrarian. People have told me all my life, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't get in the bag business, it won't work.
It's just like me.
And I do that. I mean, that's an incentive to me to work a little harder. And does that answer that?
Oh, absolutely. I know Mary and Dr. Lee are dying to get into this conversation.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Faye, you've got such an amazing story and such a heart of generosity for people. What I'd really like to hear you talk about is how you've helped organizations in your community, how much you've helped very, very, very worthy organizations, because the organizations that you impact so many people.
I've been on 8 or 9 board of directors in the last 25 years in Texarkana, all nonprofits. 2 of them were struggling, probably would have gone down if I hadn't found good board members to join with me. One person can't do it. It takes team effort. It takes folks with the same commitment and passion, to want to make something happen. Of course, I really don't like to talk about me, to be honest with you. I give a lot of money to other locations, other nonprofits. I've got friends in Texarkana that have much more than me that do nothing. And I tell them, you guys are missing something. They don't like me coming to them because they know I'm going to be asking them for money. They won't even make eye contact. Okay. But I've raised a heck of a lot of money. We had a flag project I started. These are not the original ideas. It's something I saw somewhere else that was working. And like in Rotary, I learned from Linden, Texas, another little town, and I can't pull it out right this minute. They had 5,000 people. They were putting 1,000 flags out. That's 20%.
Wow.
And I got to looking and spending numbers, man. 20% of 65,000 people in Texarkana. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize what it takes to do that. And you can't find literally hundreds of people with that passion or commitment to take 6 days out of their life, hour and a half or 2 a day, to put flags out, pick them back up. It takes about 100 people to do what we're doing right now. But we still raise a considerable amount of money. We had a wine festival that was started for our Alzheimer's group, Alzheimer's in Texarkana. I went on the board. The ED and a board member that's a good friend of mine called me, would you meet with us in my apartment? So I did. Again, they were going down, and I was able to pull together a strong board that was willing to put a little money up and work and make it happen. And now, as of recently, we've got over $1 million in the bank. I mean, these things, they're not impossible to do if you can find folks that will help. You can't do it by yourself.
No.
Okay?
No.
You got to have help. Toys for Tots, we've raised $12,000 for in Texarkana. I mean, there's probably 15 nonprofits that have used a case of wine or two. I personally sold $2,020 worth of tickets for one case of wine for a Rotary Club's 100th anniversary, okay? Not one of the Rotarians offered to help me, okay? So when I took them the money, it was a club that I was in, and I left it and went to another club, mainly because these guys didn't want to do anything. It was a club of like 110. I went to a club that only had 4. Now we've got 13. And man for man, girl for girl, lady for lady, we do more than the other 3 clubs, in the city. I'm kind of going in circles, I think.
No,
This is very, very fascinating.
Any time in Texarkana that a fundraiser comes up, they're going to come after me because I'll work, okay? I'll work and do what I can. I'm limited now. At my age, I can't do the physical stuff I used to. I keep 4 flag routes at my home, in my garage. I can load them. That two ladies handle one of these routes, so I kind of help them. But
I feel like we should clone you,
Yeah.
Faye. We need to clone you.
That's amazing.
That's what we need to
Well-
do. But, this comes from such a deep place within your soul. That's what the power of why, when we talk about why we do what we do, why do we bless the world with our gifts and our talents, it's because there's something within us that drives us. Nobody is waking you up in the morning to say, "Hey, Faye, go raise money, be a contribution to the world
Right.
today." You're doing that because there's something it's within you that drives you. Where did that come from? Were you just raised that way?
I really wasn't, but I will tell you this. When I was 13 years old, of course, we lived in Houston, Texas, on the east end. Downtown was 25 miles away. Mother would take me to the bus stop. I'd go downtown to the YMCA and, shoot baskets, shoot pool, play ping pong, whatever. and one day I came back to catch the bus, and here's a guy sitting with no legs, with a hat, with some pencils. And without even thinking, I gave him my bus money. I went to a store and borrowed $1. I told the guy I'd pay him back, and I did.
That's how you started.
This is what this show is all about, Faye.
Wow.
It's about love, and that's the thing that that we need more of in this world. We need more love, and it's that compassion that we show for one another, and really realizing that every one of us makes an impact on other people, good and bad. We were talking about on the way over here. In the mastermind every month we read a book, And the book that we're reading this month is The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. And I said, hey, Faye, have you ever read the book? And Faye, of course, was like, yes, of course I have.
Yeah.
But it really is all about love. And love is what drives us to make a contribution to this world. And that's why when you shared with me, you know, I've known Faye for probably a couple years.
2 years.
And let me tell you what, he has not given up on me. We actually met at the very beginning of my mom when she fell and then was diagnosed with cancer. And I'm telling you, Faye kept calling me and he kept texting me and he kept emailing me, because when I saw what you were doing, immediately I thought, well, this is a great idea. I mean, I'm spending money every day. I'm giving gifts. I'm give wine. So I knew that it was awesome. But really what I was attracted to, and I didn't even really know it, was I was attracted to his heart. Because I'm a heart-centered person. And I think that when you're a heart-centered person, you just attract one another, and sometimes you don't realize what it is at first. But when we sat down at the Seven Doors restaurant here in Grandscape, and you told me why you were doing what you were doing, that's what just blew me away. And I said, I will buy a case and I'll give it away. I'll buy another case and I'll give it away. I'll buy another case and I'll give it away. Because the decisions that we make, the people that we decide to support, we can support someone like you, Faye, who is just out doing good in this world, or we can support somebody else that isn't. And our dollars and the decisions that we make, what we do with those dollars, they can make a huge impact. And I know this is right up your alley, Mary.
It is, because I work with money, but it's not about the money. It's about the big why.
Right.
And Faye, what I love about your story is it really illustrates that your why is not about the money. And you've raised hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars for organizations to help people in your community. And that's remarkable. And so your why drives you. It's your why that makes you happy.
Well,
and people
it
always
is.
want to think that it's if they had the money would make them happy. But the money doesn't make you happy.
No,
It's
not at all.
who you are. It's what you love. It's your talents, your gifts that you get to use in the world. Everyone likes to be self-expressed. You happen to be very, very good at making money and raising money.
I've had I have been able to raise a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money too.
That goes hand in hand.
That goes hand in
It goes hand in hand.
Yes, yeah.
With
And-
bad
You can't make money
decisions.
without losing money.
Well,
But
that's true.
I've learned now I'm never going broke again, okay?
And today, people can hear that it's about the why. And you're just so lit up right now. Like, you don't like to talk about yourself.
I don't.
But you really like to talk about your why. You love what you do.
Let me tell you a story. When I was a traveling salesman selling paper bags, living in Lubbock, Texas, covering that part of the world, sales manager called. It was about November. He said, go get a case of wine, a case of whiskey, and pass it out to your customer. I said, I got more customers than 12. He said, well, get what you want. I said, all right. I went and got 6 cases. And I went to this one place and put the bottle of wine on the guy's desk, wished him a Merry Christmas. He said, son, sit down. I said, yes, sir. He said, don't you realize that I'm a Baptist? I said, well, not really. He said, well, I'm a Baptist and I'm a deacon in our church. We don't like alcohol. I said, I'm very sorry. Picked it up and I left. I came back in 30 days and I handed him a Bible. And he looked at me and he said, you need to sit down. You need another lesson. He said, don't you think I have a Bible? I said, yes, sir. But I bet you there's somebody in that church you go to that doesn't.
Yeah.
So why don't you give it to them?
Yeah.
He said, son, you've taught me a lesson. So you can turn anything around, make it positive if you want to. A no to me is a maybe, okay? That I didn't realize that she was having, personal issues. I look at it, when I don't sell somebody, I have failed to get the message to them, okay? And so I go back through, try to figure out what did I overlook, what didn't I say, what positive things did I miss, did I listen, did I watch the body language, whatever. And most sales guys blame it on anybody but them, okay? You can't do that. You've got to realize that you're not perfect and figure out how you're going to sell that person. And you don't sell everybody. Percentage-wise, I sell more than I don't, okay? It may take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. As long as I'm in that arena, we're gonna spar a little bit, just like with her, okay?
Oh, I see. It took you 2 years? It took you 2 years?
It took me 2 years. But, when you're doing something, there's a difference between a job and a calling. And when you're doing a job, you don't have that same passion.
Exactly.
But when you're in your calling
Yes.
and you know that every bottle that you sell, you are creating an empire, and you're going to leave to bless a whole family.
I don't take a dollar out of this, okay? And my wife doesn't understand it, and my second wife doesn't understand it. My son doesn't understand it. And I said, guys, sorry, this is the way it's going to be. If y'all want to be happy and do what I do, come on, let's go. But and we have a great relationship. I don't want you to feel like we've got issues. We don't. But they don't see the world like I do.
Right.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, listening to your story. It's very touching, and to have the inspiration that you have. I know you're talking about not being able to do as much as you used to, obviously physically, but you're doing the most important work, I think, which is creating the vision and actually the drive, and I think the inspiration for all the people that is coming after you. I think that really is the most important thing, because without that, the body doesn't move, and it doesn't matter how old you are. And also, I was kind of thinking about, I'm a doctor, and we met
Yes.
outside. I'm a cosmetic surgeon, but one of the other things that I do is, quote unquote, the old-fashioned word is anti-aging medicine. Now it's called regenerative medicine. But we talk about how long, we can live, literally, physically live, et cetera. And now the technology is such that, we can reasonably keep somebody healthy until 120 years old. Okay, so
Well, my goal is to live to 100 and renegotiate at 99.
it sounds great. I think you have to go well within that. I'll help you do that.
That's my goal.
Exactly. I'll help you do that. So, but what I'm thinking is even more important listening to you is, instead of just the physical longevity, I think you really found a way, the secret to live forever. And this is what you're doing, is
Thank you.
creating the happiness and impact on other people in the world that will really live on long after that, all of us are gone. And I think that really is sort of the secret to life that most of us don't think about. We always talk about, what do we have here? What do we have, next day, week, a year, and, plan for that level, not thinking about, okay, what else is there that can really truly live beyond, what we have. And the idea of dropping a pebble on a lake, and then seeing the ripple effect of that little action doesn't have to be huge. That little something can have a huge impact. Even a word, like that story you told about that, that man that you gave your bus fare to. I mean, who knows what happened afterwards? You don't know what that person went through receiving that gift from you, and how things have changed, because there's nobody to know that. But there is an effect of those kind of kindness and gestures that I think all of us forget, and that's such an important part of life, important part of really health. I'm being a doctor, so being health-minded. And the happiness that we talk about is this different level of existence that most of us don't think about. And you've captured that, which is unbelievable.
When I talk to some folks about, donating money to this cause for this purpose, they say, I don't like to give money where I can't see the result. And I say, man, you don't have to see the result. Rotary's got one of the strongest foundations on the planet. And we give our funds to that foundation with the faith and the trust that the folks that are handling the money are doing the right thing. And through my eyes and my due diligence, they are.
And,
So,
and Rotary has a reputation for being very, very good at with the money, very good.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
there's a clip of Bono from the musical group U2, and he is out there and he just stops and he says, "Wherever I go, Rotary has been there first."
That is
Yeah.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Well, Faye, we're getting short on time.
Okay.
We could talk to you forever because you're an inspiration. You're an inspiration, and the impact that just one person can make is tremendous. So, what we're asking everybody to do is if you're interested in getting some private label wine that you can use to share with your clients and your customers as a thank you gift, or just to drink your own self, or if you've got a fundraising need and this is something that you'd like to use, please just drop a comment directly to me in the comment box. You can reach out to Dr. Lee, to Mary as well. But what we want to do is we want to jump on your bandwagon, Faye.
Well-
and we want to make sure that in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and beyond, anywhere that we can help, any way that we can help, we want to do so.
There is no telling how much money you could raise in this market.
Oh, I have
Okay.
no doubt.
Yeah.
No
For the
doubt.
wine.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be with wine. It can be with anything.
Yes.
I helped an Elks Club raise, they were going broke. I helped them raise money with a gun a week, maybe all against guns, but a gun a week.
We're Texans. We're Texans.
We're in Texas.
We're Texans.
Okay,
Well, we'll definitely have to have you come back and just
but you
talk.
can use anything.
Yeah, we'll have you come back, but we just
Thank
so
you.
appreciate you,
Yes.
Faye. Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Well-
We love you.
Thank you very much.
You're amazing. Yeah, and that's what we really want to do is we want to increase the love and health in America in any way we can, and that passion and that purpose is such a really impactful way that we do it. So until we meet again next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central,
Live richly.
love deeply.
And stay healthy.
Bye-bye.
And live to 100.
Exactly.
There you go.
It's wonderful.
Love and Health in America. Dr. Doohi Lee, Mary McMahon, and Jens Johnson are committed to help you achieve a life full of love, health, and abundance. Please join us in our next episode as we share another facet for you to optimize love and health in your life. Until next time, love deeply, live richly, and stay healthy.